Why road access matters for parcel splits in Michigan. A parcel of land may have remaining division rights available under the Michigan Land Division Act, but that does not necessarily mean that it can indeed be divided. One of the most common reasons parcel splits cannot be approved is road access. In Michigan, newly created parcels generally must have legal access to a public road or an approved private road. In this video, we will explain how road access fits into the land division approval process. In Michigan, land ownership and development potential are shaped by several overlapping systems. These systems include land division, zoning, infrastructure, physical land conditions, and property tax classification. Parcel splits are a part of the overall land division system, but road access belongs primarily to the infrastructure system. Even when the Land Division Act allows a parcel split, a new parcel must still satisfy road access requirements before it can be approved. Why road access is required. When new parcels are created, they must be accessible. Road access is necessary for emergency services, public safety, utilities, transportation. Because of this, Michigan law generally requires newly created parcels to have access to a public road or an approved private road. Without adequate legal access, a municipality may not approve the parcel division under the Michigan Land Division Act. Public road access. The simplest situation is when a parcel fronts directly on a public road. In this case, the new parcels created through the Michigan Land Division Act may each have their own road frontage. Local zoning ordinances usually establish minimum frontage requirements. For example, zoning may require a parcel to have a certain number of feet of frontage along a public road. These requirements vary from one municipality to another. Private road access. When a parcel does not have sufficient frontage on a public road, access may sometimes be provided through a private road. Private roads are commonly used to provide access to parcels created from larger tracts of land. However, private roads must usually satisfy local standards. These standards may include a minimum road width, construction standards, easement requirements, access for emergency vehicles. Local ordinances often govern how private roads may be created and used. Recorded access requirements. In most cases, access must be formally established and recorded before a parcel division can be approved. This may occur through recorded road frontage or through a recorded access easement. Recording the access ensures that each parcel has a legally recognized right to reach a public road. Without recorded access, the parcel division may not be approved. Frontage and lot creation. Road access also interacts with zoning rules. Even if the Land Division Act allows several parcel splits, zoning may require each new parcel to have a minimum amount of road frontage. If there is not enough frontage available, additional parcels may not be allowed. In those cases, a property owner may need to create a private road to provide access to the interior parcels, an additional legal requirement. There is also another requirement within the Michigan Land Division Act that sometimes applies. Under state law, municipalities may need to verify that newly created parcels contain a usable building site when required by local ordinance. This requirement appears in Section 109 of the state statute. In practical terms, that means a new parcel may need to contain an area that can reasonably support construction depending on local regulations. System interaction. This is another example of how land systems interact. The Land Division Act may allow a certain number of parcel splits, but zoning rules, infrastructure requirements, environmental conditions, and road access standards can all affect whether those splits can actually come to fruition. So, understanding these overlapping systems is extremely important when evaluating vacant land. Why this matters for land evaluation. When evaluating rural property, it is common to focus on the acreage, but acreage alone does not determine development potential. Road access is often one of the most important factors affecting whether land can be divided or developed. A parcel with good access may offer several development options. A parcel without adequate access may face significant limitations. Summary. Road access is a key part of the infrastructure system affecting vacant land ownership in Michigan. Even when parcel splits are allowed under the Michigan Land Division Act, newly created parcels must generally have legal access to a public road or an approved private road. That access must usually be established and recorded. And in some cases, municipalities must also verify that a usable building site exists under local regulations. Because of these requirements, road access often plays a central role in determining how land can be divided. In the next video, we will look at another system that interacts closely with land division and road access, and that is zoning regulations and how zoning rules influence minimum lot sizes, frontage requirements, and permitted land uses.